Here.
Sherry Budd,
Here.
Donald Boynton, Jeff Jar,
Here.
Joan Franzoy,
Here.
Carol Thompson.
Here. Thank you so much. We have an agenda before us. Is there a motion to approve the agenda? Motion, Commissioner Kelly, support? Support. Commissioner Franzoy. Any changes or additions to the agenda? All in favor of approving the agenda as presented, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And the agenda is approved. We have minutes from the meeting of March 14th, 2018. Is there a motion to approve the March 14th minutes?
So moved.
I'll take Commissioner Budd, support Commissioner Kelly. Any corrections or changes on the minutes for March 14th? All in favor of approving those minutes, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And the minutes are approved. All right. First item on tonight's agenda under new business is a temporary land use approval. The applicant is Atchison Ford. They are requesting temporary land use permit to park leased turn-in vehicles and new vehicle inventory. The property is located at 8705 Belleville Road, Van Buren Township. It's on the east side of Belleville Road, just north of Tyler Road. Before we get started, I understand Commissioner Atchison has a request to be recused,
Yes, please.
as you are part of the application that we're considering. Great.
Yes.
In order to do that, we need a motion to approve her request.
So moved.
Commissioner Kelly, support.
Support.
Commissioner Jar. Any discussion on the motion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, and so you are recused, and now you can run to the podium and wear two hats for this meeting, but thank you for participating. All right, so first then we will have a presentation by Atchison Ford, and then we'll have a report and recommendation from township staff, and then we can have discussion. But we'll start with a presentation first, please.
All right, good evening. I'm Craig Atchison from Atchison Ford. Basically looking for temporary land use approval at 8705 Belleville Road. We're kind of busting at the seams where we are, so we need a place to put vehicles. We've looked all different places of the township, and this place seems to fit us the best on what we need to use it for. I've met with, Director Akers on some of the things that he wanted, and really all the things aren't a problem with me. It's just looking for that, the approval to get the land use, so I can start doing that. So, it's really pretty simple. They're just kind of parking newer cars. No, there's not gonna be any old cars. Nothing's gonna be abandoned. Nothing's gonna be dilapidated. They're gonna be vehicles. They're gonna be 2 to 3 year old vehicles or brand new vehicles. That's what they'll be. So, I don't really have anything else if you have any questions for me about it.
Okay, I think we'll hear what the staff
Okay.
report is, and maybe some questions will come up in
Sure.
discussion, but that's great, thank you so much. You're welcome to stay there, or you can be seated
Okay.
while we hear the report, whatever you're
Thank you.
comfortable with. We'll go to Director Best, and you have a report that Ron Akers prepared, right?
That's correct. Good evening, Planning Commission. Ron Akers sends his best. He is at the Michigan Township Association Conference, doing some excellent training and networking up there, so he sends his best. He wished he could be here for this, but I get the pleasure of being here to go over this report with you. Tonight, Atchison Ford is requesting a temporary land use permit for temporary parking and storage for vehicles at 8705 Belleville Road. It is proposed to be for a 1-year time frame per the zoning ordinance. Temporary uses that operate for more than 7 days require planning commission approval. As always, we go over the following approval standards from section 7112 of the township zoning ordinances. If you bear with me, I will go over the basics of each of these very briefly. 1, adequacy of parking and access. The site is currently unoccupied, has a gravel parking area that is actually the entire width of the site. Originally designed for the housing of manufactured modular homes for the prior use. Some maintenance will need to be done, but the gravel parking area is currently existing and unused. Based on this, staff believes, Director Akers believes that the applicant has sufficient area to park vehicles on the site without creating negative externalities. However, the fire marshal will have to also come and comment on this, which in a separate letter that you should have received on Monday, The fire marshal's letter did say that he had no problems with the parking on the site, so. Adequate drainage. It's an existing gravel parking lot, already has stormwater drainage according to our data that we have available. There will be no substantial improvements made to the property, so as proposed, and no drainage issues have been currently identified. So the temporary use should not have any impact on site drainage. Compatibility with surrounding land uses. It is surrounded to vacant land to the west, park to the east, private recreational ice cream shop to the south, and a manufactured housing community to the north. Based on this, it anticipated that the largest potential for incompatibility lies with the manufactured housing community to the north, but there are several factors that mitigate this. First, there's already an existing vegetative buffer, overgrown in the property to the north and the subject property. This should provide privacy. Second, Director Akers is proposing a condition that the parking storage of vehicles be set back 20 feet from the north property boundary. 20 feet is the distance required for vegetative buffers in the landscape section of our zoning ordinance. And lastly, the current condition of the site is poor, and as it has been abandoned for some time. In discussions with the applicant, Director Akers has gotten an indication from the applicant that it is their intention to clean up the site, provide maintenance, and park new and newer year vehicles. Due to this condition, we believe that the site will improve as it goes under maintenance and has regular use. There's no proposed buildings or structures, so the site height and type of construction is not an issue. Sufficient setbacks. The current setbacks are 10 feet from the property line, front property line, 20 feet from the north and east, and 10 feet from the south. This should be a condition of approval. Adequate utilities, they're not asking for utilities, so not an issue. Trash disposal and site cleanup. As there are no proposed employees to be on site, there doesn't necessarily need to be trash proposal and site cleanup. However, a condition should be placed on the site that the applicant maintain the property in a clean manner, just like we do any other project. Sanitary facilities, Atchison Ford's main dealership will be there where the employees are housed, so sanitary facilities are not needed. Hours of operation. The vehicle storage area will be used during the same hours of operation as the dealership, which can range from 9 to 9, but sometimes has days closing at 6 and 3 p.m. So those seem to be okay. Outdoor light and signs. There's no site lighting proposed at the time. Any future lighting will need to be reviewed for compliance with the zoning ordinance by township staff. It is recommended as a condition of approval that if they do decide to do lighting, they need to come back. And any proposed signage, since there aren't any signs proposed right now, they will also have to do the same to come to the Planning Commission for approval. Fire Marshal has approved the layout for the parking areas. They have met that condition of approval now under their other licenses and permits. Potential noise, odor, dust, and glare. We do not believe that the site should increase the noise, odor, glare, or dust from use. The parking and storage of vehicles is essentially the use the gravel parking lot was created for, and so therefore we believe as long as they maintain the specified hours, there should be not any anticipated issues. Fire lanes, fire productivity and security. The Fire Marshal has approved this site for in its use under the fire code. Off-site improvements, off-site impacts of traffic volumes. The roads in the immediate vicinity are major township roads, and this temporary use should not impact their flow since there only be the vehicles coming on and off the site from the parking area. So it should not impact traffic volumes. Necessity of performance bond to ensure prompt removal. Since the prompt removal would be the removal of mobile brand new cars, there shouldn't be a problem if they decide to leave to remove those brand new cars at this time. So no performance bond is being recommended as for the temporary use. Other concerns that impact public health, safety, or general welfare. There are no additional concerns as long as they pass the fire marshal, which they have. So based on the review I've read before you and walked you through, Director Akers and the Township Planning and Zoning Office recommends approval of this application subject to the following conditions. 1, the applicant obtains approval from the fire marshal for the temporary vehicle parking area. 2, The applicant shall maintain setbacks which are consistent with the landscape buffering standards in the township zoning ordinance. Front 10 feet from the property, side 20 feet from the property boundary. The south side 10 feet from the property boundary, and the rear 20 feet from the property boundary. 3, vehicles immediately parked adjacent to Belleville Road shall be parked with the front of the vehicle facing away from Belleville Road and adjacent properties in order to avoid headlight glare. 4, the site shall be maintained in a clean manner and trash properly disposed of. 5, the hours of operation for the temporary vehicle parking shall mirror the hours of operation for Atchison Ford's dealership. 6, exterior lighting and signs be reviewed and approved by the Director of Planning and Economic Development for consistency with the zoning ordinance prior to installation. And 7, that the temporary land use permit is valid for a period of 1 year ending May 1st, 2019. And with that, I will answer any questions you may have.
Great, thanks so much. Questions or comments from the commission?
Yes.
Sure, Commissioner Jordan.
How many cars are we talking about in this lot?
Probably about 200 cars.
Mr. Atkinson, could you come back up to the podium, because we're televising. Thank you. And that way we have all of your comments recorded.
Probably approximately 200 cars.
Will they be parked with space between them, or are they going to be tightly packed?
No, there'll be space because what happens is the cars that are over there will have to be inspected by Ford Credit. They send an outside company, and they need room to move them around, to take pictures of them, to get all their inspection data over to Ford Credit. So no, they won't be jammed together. It'll become just like a regular parking lot. We'll be able to, because we need to be able to get in and out of them too, to move them and things
Sure.
like that. So,
Sure. And you are not planning on performing any sales?
No.
At
Well,
this
I mean, the
location.
cars are for sale, but as far as an
You're not
actual-
planning on bringing customers from the main
No.
dealership onto the lot to walk around and look at cars?
That would not be my intention. I cannot say that that will not happen. I mean, there could be an instance where like a salesperson, hey, the car's over, you want to go take a look at it. But as far as, you know, a customer driving off the lot or anything, no, it wouldn't be anything like that.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure.
Other questions or comments from the commission? I had a couple questions.
Sure.
Is the office building from the modular home staying?
Yeah, I don't own the property, so
Okay.
as far as I know, I can't really answer that question. I don't know what the owner's plan.
Okay.
If it was my choice, if I owned it, I would tear it down. Because I don't think there's really much there to it as far as I know. but
Doesn't look like it.
Yeah, so I can't really answer that. I don't know what his plans are for that.
And is it fenced? Is it completely fenced in? You have some
You know,
security?
I drove through it today, and actually, there was a spot where the fences collapsed and where I would repair it, because I want it to be, I would go around the perimeter and make sure the fence is secure. Because obviously, I don't want people coming in and out of there too, and
Right.
I would make repairs to the fence.
I understand not putting lights on it at this point, but yeah, I would think, just for some security
Sure.
between the wide
Well, that's,
growth
you know,
and,
the whole, I wouldn't use the whole parcel either. It would be all towards the front, right at the parking, you know, more for security and getting in and out also. And that's the best, it seems like the best spot where the gravel is. There's a little bit of concrete there too, so.
Okay, good. Well, I think it's exciting that the demand is so big that your business needs to grow this way.
Yeah, it's
And
fabulous.
it is a short-term solution, so hopefully we keep you for a long time.
Yeah,
And we
I hear
figure
you.
out what the long-term solution is, because certainly Atchison Ford has been a strong and very supportive business, and important that we keep them
Yeah,
here
we
in
try.
Van
Thank
Buren
you.
Township.
Thank you.
Questions or comments from the audience? Anything else from the commissioners? Do you have any questions for this applicant? Mr.
Oh, I have read the application thoroughly.
Okay, all right. Well,
Thank
we
you.
have several recommendations in the letter of recommendation. We have several recommendations to be part of the motion. Is there a motion to approve?
Madam Chair,
Commissioner Kelly.
I would move to grant the applicant Atchison Ford a temporary land use permit for the property located at 8705 Belleville Road, based on the analysis and subject to the conditions detailed in the April 21st, 2018 memo from Director Akers and the April 23rd, 2018 Van Buren Fire Department letter.
Great. support?
Support.
Commissioner, I'll take Commissioner Francois. Any discussion on the motion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion's approved. All right, cleaned it up, it'll look better, put some cars on, it'll look even better. We look forward to seeing it. All right. That was our major agenda item. We do have general discussion. You want to stay where you're at, Commissioner Atkinson, or do you have anything for general discussion tonight?
No, I don't have anything for discussion.
Okay, anyone else? General discussion items from the commission, from the audience? All right, if there's nothing else, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Commissioner Boynton? Support. Commissioner Kelly? All in favor say aye. Aye. And thank you. We are adjourned.